August 26, 1943, 22,000 feet above Wewak, New Guinea. The sky is a chalk blue ocean, thin and bitterly cold, the kind of cold that bites through flight gloves and rattles inside a pilot's bones. Captain Tom "Hickory" Harris grips the stick of his P-47 Thunderbolt, the cockpit vibrating with the deep, confident roar of the Pratt & Whitney R2800 engine. Behind him, the jungle stretches endlessly, dark, humid, violent. Up here, though, everything feels still, too still. Then he hears it, a faint metallic flutter cutting through radio static, the unmistakable sound of incoming Zeros. From the east, three white-nosed A6 M50s rise like phantoms, smooth, elegant, and agile, each one closing in with the grace of a knife sliding toward its target. Their lead pilot, Lieutenant Hiroshi Tanaka, tilts his wing and dips slightly, a gesture of confidence or mockery. And why wouldn't they mock him? To Japanese pilots, the Thunderbolt was a joke, a lumbering American brick with wings, overweight and ugly, a machine that looked more like a flying oil drum than a dogfighter. They laughed about it in mess halls across Rabaul. But today, for the first time, they would see what the ugly brute could really do. Tanaka dives first, slicing across Harris's left side with machine gun bursts. The tracers whip cast the canopy like burning arrows. Harris feels the shockwave of one round hitting his right wing. Just a ping, but enough to jolt his heartbeat into overdrive. He banks hard. The Thunderbolt shudders, heavy and stubborn, refusing to turn inside the Zero's tight arc. "Come on, sweetheart." "Not yet," Harris mutters, because this was the trap. The moment every new P-47 pilot learned the hard way. If you try to turn with a Zero, you die. Another burst slices past, so close he can smell the gunpowder. Tanaka's voice crackles over Japanese radio, laughing, certain this will be easy. A slow American fighter making a desperate turn? This wasn't even a fight. This was sport. He steadies his breathing. He's not trying to outrun them. Not yet. He's trying to climb. At first it feels impossible. The Thunderbolt is too heavy, the air too thin, but the engine's turbo supercharger begins to howl, a deep metallic surge that pushes the aircraft upward like a hand lifting a hammer. The Zeros try to follow. Their engines gasp. No supercharger, no high-altitude power. Up here, the ugly brute starts to shed its chains. Harris's altimeter spins upward. 23,000, 24,000, 25,000 feet. The cockpit fills with the roar of the supercharger screaming like a furnace. The Zero formation begins to stretch apart. Tanaka's machine struggling the hardest. For the first time, Tanaka isn't laughing. He's stunned. The Thunderbolt, this clumsy monstrosity, shouldn't be able to do this. Not at this altitude. Not with that weight, not against a Zero. But there it is, climbing higher, faster, unstoppable. Harris glances back. The Zeros are stalling out, wobbling as their engines starve for power. This is the moment he's been waiting for. He snaps the Thunderbolt into a high-altitude dive. The world tilts forward. The jungle leaps toward him. Gravity grabs the aircraft with both hands. The Thunderbolt becomes a falling anvil. Wind screams against the canopy. The airframe shudders, but it's built for this. Thick armor, rugged construction, a fighter that can survive punishment no Zero could ever endure. And for the first time today, Harris is the predator. He lines up Tanaka's Zero in his gun sight. Just a sliver, just enough. He squeezes the trigger. 850 cal Brownings erupt, the muzzle flash turning the sky into a strobe of fire and thunder. The recoil shakes the cockpit. The tracers tear through the thin aluminum skin of the Zero, shredding its right wing in an instant. Tanaka's aircraft spirals, trailing black smoke. He watches it fall and feels something cold. Not triumph, not excitement, something heavier. The realization that the war in the Pacific has just shifted. The Japanese pilots aren't facing the same American fighter anymore. They're facing a machine built to outclimb, outdive, outlast,
and survive. A machine they mocked, a machine that will soon haunt their skies. And at this altitude, above this endless jungle, LT Hiroshi Tanaka finally understands. The Thunderbolt is no joke. It's a warning. But the most shocking discovery, the one that truly breaks Japanese confidence, hasn't happened yet.